Hi everybody, Byron Martin here at Logee's Greenhouses, and today we're going to be putting our Basjoo Banana to bed for the winter. The Basjoo Banana is actually called the Japanese Fibre Banana, and it comes from high elevations in the mountains, and that actually gives it the ability to go through long periods of cold, not quite as cold as what we get here in Connecticut, but long periods of cold. And the key is it sits in this cold, wet soil for months and months and months, and it has the ability to survive that. In the springtime, it comes out of the ground with a tremendous amount of vigor. By the time we get to July or August sometime, the plant is in its full growth, and it turns into a 13-foot monstrous clump of banana shoots. And as you can see, they are really beautiful in terms of their use for landscaping. Now, this does not produce edible fruit, and actually it doesn't really fruit here very often. It's only a couple times have we seen fruit on them, mainly because our seasons aren't long enough. So when we go to put it to bed for winter, we cut it down, and in that case, we're cutting off the flowers. So bananas are not really trees. They have this trunk on them, but it's actually a pseudostem, which is simply like soft leaf tissue that grows up and holds the plant up. And that is really a seasonal thing. And the point where it goes into fruit, that pseudostem, once it's fruited, dies or is removed by the gardener, and then another one takes its place. So now the first thing we've got to do is we've got to get rid of all of this growth, which is quite a bit of work, but the pseudostems are like butter when you cut them. They're very easy to remove. So we use a machete, and we come in and we chop them down, and really they're all water. And the height at which we cut them down is we bring them down to about a foot tall. We want to leave some of it sticking out of the ground. They actually have quite a bit of weight to them. As I mentioned, they're really leaves, but there's a tremendous amount of moisture held in them. So it becomes kind of a workout. Generally, if you can get to taking them down before all the leaves fall down, they're a little bit easier to remove. This clump of bananas has gotten quite large, actually larger than what we would really like. And the reason for that is winters have gotten milder and milder, and so the plant is actually creeping out and not dying from deep, hard freezes that we would normally get here in Connecticut. So we may have to dig some of these out, or it's going to take our garden over. So there we go, we've removed all of the pseudostems, and you can see we've left them about a foot, maybe a foot and a half above the ground. Bananas actually are like tulip bulbs, and they create a bulb under the ground, and off of that come offshoots, and those offshoots usually are fairly below the ground. I mean, they can be down maybe a foot, and they shoot out, and then they come up. You see all these young ones that are around the edge here are shooting up, and those will winter over, and the next year they become a bigger plant. When you're growing the banana for fruit, generally they don't let it do this. They actually bring them down to the main fruiting plant and then leave 2 or 3 of these suckers, and the rest are removed, so that all the energy goes into that one pseudostem. So the next thing we do is we're going to get some hay, and we're going to cover it over. You can use straw, you can use hay, fluff it up, break it up. Now, mulch is going to settle, so this is our first application of it. We will do more as the season goes on. So now we have a layer of mulch hay on top, or as I mentioned, you could use straw. And then what we do is we take the leaves that we've raked up from the fall, and we're going to put them up on top of it. And leaves are great insulators, except they blow away. So hay actually, or straw, actually has the ability to stay in place a little better than our leaves do. Leaves are free, and we got to do something with them, so we might as well have them help keep our Basjoo alive till next spring. So then we're going to put another layer of hay over the top of our leaves to actually hold them in place for the winds that we're going to be getting here as fall comes along and storms come through. The interesting thing is this is all going to get very wet, obviously, being outside, but it stays high enough that there's an insulating effect on it. So there's the beginning of it. We will mulch this at least one more time once this is all settled and we get farther into the winter where we're getting really cold temperatures. Well, thank you for watching. There's a little bit of information on how to put the Basjoo banana to bed for winter. If you'd like more information, visit us at logees.com.